good evening. I'm going to be talking to you about Volvos and why they are the best cars. So picture yourself driving down the road on a sunny afternoon, knowing that every moment is precious to you, yet still being aware how just one wrong turn or just something wrong with your car could change your life forever. A lot of our time is spent driving through, whether it's to work or grocery shopping or even just a nice leisurely drive. But many don't consider how expensive their car repairs are or how safe their car actually is. As someone who's owned and driven Volvos for a long time, I have firsthand knowledge on how wonderful and safe these cars actually are, as well as knowledge from researching how Volvos rank in terms of safety and reliability and sustainability for the environment. Volvos are the best cars you could get for yourself, as it tops the ranks of safety and reliability, as I mentioned, and it leaves a good environmental footprint. Now we're going to be going over the common dangers that we face on the roads, as well as comparing other brands of cars. And finally, we're going to be talking about why Volvos are the best option to choose and how it can change your life forever. Now let's get started with the dangers of driving. A lot of cars on the road actually don't have the best ratings when it comes to safety, according to NHTSA. Now, only some cars are able to get 5 stars, with 1 star being the lowest rank, meaning it's not the best in safety. Now, a lot of people also find themselves with high repairs and a lot of maintenance, and many shoppers are concerned about reliability and the cost. And even some newer cars are not exactly trouble-free, according to Keith Berry, who is actually the author of New Cars Aren't Always Reliable, despite what buyers think. Also, many cars are not as environmentally friendly, and they cause more carbon emissions than a typical car actually emits 4.6 metric tons of carbon dioxide per year. With all these problems in cars nowadays, I'd like to consider some of the opposing viewpoints with Volvos and why it's not entirely accurate. Many cars found on the NHTSA's 5-star lists are for their safety, especially the Ford Mustang. And actually, Ford has recently had a massive recall on over 150,000 vehicles based on 2 separate problems, which shows that even though it's on the list, it may not always be the most reliable. Toyota and Lexuses are also one of the most reliable cars, and I can praise them for that. But they actually lack a lot of safety features that you could find in like a Volvo. For example, Volvo has this feature on newer models called the Care Key, and it basically caps out the speed. So say you give it to a friend or a family member or someone who's not as experienced driving, and they can't go over like 60 miles per hour. Volvo also has primarily set their focus on electric vehicles recently, even though they receive constant backlash. And a lot of people will say that EVs are worse for the environment, but Volvo's actually taking steps to reduce the waste. They state they're going to be reducing their carbon dioxide emissions by 75% by 2030, as well as using recycled materials with their newer car models. But now that we've gone over some of the opposing views, I'd like to explain to you why getting a Volvo over any car is the best choice in terms of solving these problems. Now, imagine yourself driving a Volvo, maybe even one voted on the top picks of safety, knowing you're protected with such advanced safety features such as collision avoidance or runoff road mitigation. But instead of listening to what I just have to say about Volvos, I want you guys to do your own research. I want you to go out there and check out some of the crash and drop tests that you can see on YouTube, or even some of the articles regarding the safety and environmental footprint. Next time you also go out and test drive a car, try a Volvo and see for yourself as well. But next time you go shopping for a car, I want you to consider everything we've just talked about. During our time, I've mentioned how there's many common dangers we face on the road, and I compared Volvos to other brands, and I showed how they're more reliable in terms of safety and environmental footprint. But instead, as I mentioned, instead of just listening to what I gotta say, do your own research and check out the crash and drop tests and test drive your own car, your own Volvo, and also just check out the own safety ratings for yourself. And hopefully after this, you'll come to realize how wonderful these cars actually are. But go back to picturing yourself driving along the road on a sunny day, and by this time you're driving in a Volvo. You can say goodbye to all those concerns about driving, because driving a Volvo, being in a Volvo, it'll keep you safe. Have a good night.